on BBC iPlayer.
Welcome to Wednesday morning on BBC One, getting underway now at 6 with breakfast.
Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with John Kay and Nina Warhurst.
Hello, it's 6 o'clock. Here are headlines. In the US presidential election.
It is well known.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Available, please.
We follow one of the prisoners released early under emergency plans to ease overcrowding as he searches for accommodation.
Good morning. Bridging. And it's a day of sunshine and showers across the other forecast here on Breakfast.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 11th of September. Matt, thank you.
Now, more than 1,700 inmates were released early from prison yesterday as part of the government's scheme to reduce overcrowding in jails in England and Wales.
People convicted of sexual offences, domestic abuse and serious violence are excluded, but inmates who've served 40% of their prison term could be freed. Our reporter Navchez Yohal spent the day with one as he tried to find a bed for the night.
Terry started the day in a prison. He's ending it in a hotel. He's one of around 20 prisoners released early from HMP Nottingham under the government's new scheme to help ease overcrowding in prisons. He was convicted of arson in March and sentenced to 12 months in jail. He was due to serve half that time, but has been released a week early.
What do you make of some people being angry that prisoners like you are being released early?
In a way, we shouldn't be released yet because the system ain't ready. You're just chucking everybody out. It doesn't matter who we are, what we are, and they know we're going to come back in.
After his release, Terry attends a meeting with his probation officer. But at the same time, he's supposed to be at a meeting at a job centre 11 miles away.
Totally impossible.
What does that tell you about how the
He's
system
telling
works?
me they're setting us out to bail.
A later meeting is now arranged at a different job centre in the hope of finding somewhere for Terry to stay. No accommodation was arranged for his release, and his licence conditions mean he can't return to his home.
Making it impossible. You're making it impossible.
The government said hotels would be available if there isn't space in bail hostels. After meetings with the job centre and local council, Terry's been loaned money to book a hotel room for a few nights.
Hello, have you got any rooms available, please?
How are you feeling about this?
Oh, a lot better. I'd be warm and not wet into it, you know. If it weren't for these guys here, I don't know. I don't know where I'd be.
And he's hoping to have a place in supported accommodation from Friday. Terry says he's sorry for what he did to his victim. The BBC has confirmed that they were told a week ago of his early release.
What do you say to people who might be concerned that you and other prisoners might reoffend?
Never ever do hurt like that again. No, not to go to prison.
You're not concerned about reoffending?
No. All I want to do is go to work, be back home.
Navtej Johal, BBC News, Nottinghamshire.
6:20. Let's have a look at what the papers are saying this morning. We begin with The Guardian. It's leading on that vote that saw MPs back the government plan to limit those pensioners entitled to receive the winter fuel payments. The paper notes that dozens of Labour MPs abstained in the vote, adding that the Prime Minister is facing growing pressure to help the poorest in next month's budget.
He asks who voted for all this, with the paper focusing on both the winter fuel payment vote and the early prisoner release scheme that we've just been hearing about. It says that Keir Starmer has mugged pensioners and freed muggers yesterday on what it calls Labour's Day of Shame.
It's also on the front page of the Daily Telegraph, but its main stories...
Is this an issue?
This would change my life, John. This would radically change my life. Because when I say to my husband and shake him in the night, he says, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just one of those things. So this would, I mean, and I'm not alone here. Let us know if this medication would change your life.
Maybe he would like to volunteer for the next trial of this drug then.
I will be volunteering him.
The whole household. It's called Sultamine, I think, Sultiamine. And it sounds like it had amazing results. People were given a dose of 30 milligrams every day, and they experienced, on average, a 50% reduction
wow.
in the number of respiratory pauses during the night.
Wow.
And a reduction in the severity of their snoring.
We will see a reduction in the number of separations and divorces if that's as successful as it claims. Brilliant.
Absolutely amazing. That'd be fascinating, because it does ruin lives when we joke about it, don't we? But it can be absolutely debilitating for the snorer and the snoree.
Especially for people who have early alarms, John.
Yes. Know anyone?
Let's return to our main story this morning. Donald. Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with John Kay and Nina Warhurst.
Hello there. Good morning. Here are headlines. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump go head-to-head for the
People that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
to discuss President Zelensky's demand to use British long-range missiles.
Rise.
2 goals on a golden night.
Jacqueline Wilson as she releases an adult-focused extension of her girls' book series.
This morning, it's going to get colder over the next few details here on Breakfast.
The government introduces a bill to ban so-called no-fault evictions.
So, have you got any rooms available, please?
We follow one of the prisoners released early under emergency plans to ease overcrowding as he searches for accommodation.